Salgado, and I want to ask for your permission to allow me to feed your mind some very powerful, positive information. And what I'm about to share with you, I firmly believe can dramatically enhance the quality of your life if you're open to receiving it. My close friends that know me know that I'm very big into personal development. It's been the number one difference maker in my life that has enhanced my quality of life in business, in my relationships. And, it's something that I love to just really learn more about how the mind works. I was driving in between appointments and I was listening to Bob Proctor. If you don't know who Bob Proctor is, Bob Proctor was famously known for being in the movie The Secret, where they talked about the law of attraction, and that kind of took off. Since then, dude has tons of seminars, audio books. He's all over YouTube, social media. Very easy to track down and get some of his information for free. So I was listening to some audio from him, and he talked about the law of compensation. And this literally made me pull over on the side of the road, and I pulled out my notebook and I was like, I got to write this down because this is so true. And I wanted to share that with you. Whether you're an entrepreneur who's, focused on building financial independence and, creating some valuable change out there in the marketplace and in your community and society, or whether you're someone that focused on developing a career and you're climbing that corporate ladder, we all want to be compensated well for what we do. We all want to be able to provide. We all want to, become financially independent. But there are some principles. There is a psychology involved. What Bob Proctor calls here a universal truth, a universal law, and that law is called the law of compensation. And you can look this up all over Google. There's tons of articles. Many personal development leaders out there have taken their own spin on it, but I really love the way Bob Proctor broke it down, so I want to share that with you. So the law of compensation is based on these three things, and I wrote them down here. So number one is the need for what you do. Number two is your ability to do it, and number three is the difficulty there is in replacing you. So when you look at the principle of compensation, that means you being paid money for what it is you're trying to do out there. It's going to come down to these three things: the need for what you do, your ability to do it, and the difficulty there is in replacing you. So let me break that down. So the need for what you do, is there a need in the marketplace for the profession that you've chosen to undergo? For example, for me, I chose the financial services industry because I realized the dramatic need that exists out there. So many people have no clue how money works. So I wanted to learn how money works, and now I go out there and I teach it. I teach people how to earn more interest on their money than they can ever earn at a bank without having to take any risk. I show people how to save money on taxes in their retirement. Most people have no clue about that. And so I found a niche that I can go out there and share with people. So I realized there is a need for it. Right? Now you look at your profession, is there a need for it? Now maybe you're doing something that a lot of people are doing. Right? That comes down to number two, is now your ability to do it. So do you beat your craft? Right? That means do you focus every day on getting better at what it is you're doing? And I have some questions that Bob Proctor asked, and I want to share them with you because I thought they're very powerful. And I wrote them down as questions that I personally want to ask myself on a daily basis as I go about my business and developing myself. Is who does a better job at your job than you do? Now you look at your profession, there's someone that is doing very well, whether they're profiting very well, they've built a tremendous business model doing what you're doing. Do you study those people? Do you read the books they read? Questions you want to ask yourself is, how good am I at what I'm doing? Could I get better at it? And how can I get better at it? So your ability to do what you do is everything, right? So those are great questions that you want to ask yourself, because you can always develop yourself. And you want to really, if you want to be successful, then you want to really go out there and beat your craft and become a master at what it is that you're doing. And there's a good chance that most people in your profession do not focus every day on getting better at it. And that's how you can really dominate the space that you're working in. It's just a conscious approach. And then number three is the difficulty there is in replacing you. And that comes down to passion. And I want to share with you some concepts here, and this one's from Napoleon Hill. If you are one of those people that believe that hard work and honesty alone will bring you riches, perish the thought, because it's not true. And did you know that working is the absolute worst way to make money? don't go to work to earn money. You go do what you do for satisfaction. You provide a service or market a product or whatever it is you do. That's how you make money. But you should go to work every day because the passion that you feel for it. You love it. It's something that you think about. It's what calls you. You don't feel, when you're doing what you're doing, you don't feel like it's work. And the thing about passion that I've realized is the reason why passion is so contagious, because there's such a huge lack of it in the marketplace. And there's such a huge lack of it collectively. So when you have passion for what you do, you're just like, man, I just love it. People can sense that. And unconsciously, people want to feel the way that you feel about what they're doing in their life, but 9 out of 10 times they don't. So when they come across someone that just loves what they do, it's very contagious. It's very attractive. So you got to have passion. And I got this quote from Grant Cardone, famous entrepreneur. He says, people will pay more for a great attitude than a great product. So if you're just positive and you have this positive attitude and you're someone that just radiates happiness because you're so passionate about what you're doing, chances are you're going to master that, and there's going to be a huge difficulty in replacing you, because most people probably do what you do for money, but you do it for the love of the game. And that really changes you, and that sets you up. You're not even in the same vicinity as someone else that's doing it for money if you're doing it for the love of the game, for the love of the craft, because you're passionate about it. So hope that makes sense. There's so much we can really talk about this, but I wanted to cover those points with you. Is again, the law of compensation, the need for what you do, your ability to do it well, and the difficulty there is in replacing you. Something to think about as you go about, your daily grind, as you're trying to go to that next level in either your business or your career. Hope you get a ton of value from that. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, go ahead and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video. Have a great day.